Okay, so last night I attempted to start making a garter for my cousin's wedding. I had a photo on my phone, which I was recording on, and without being able to look at it, I forgot what I was going to be crocheting, or exactly the stitches I was going to be using. So I actually worked some up already, and I'm going to kind of show you what I've been doing, and maybe you can attempt one yourself. So essentially what I'm doing here is I started out with, I actually chained 11 across and then an extra 3 for the beginning chain 3, which will act as a double crochet from here. That's the only one you'll need to do that with. So total I had 14 chains up. And then my cluster V is actually 2 double crochet together, chain 2 space, and then another 2 double crochet together. After that, I chained 4 and I did a single crochet right in the center, chained another 4, and then did the cluster V again on the end. Then here is a chain 2, a cluster V stitch, another chain 4, single crochet in the one below it, chain 4, V cluster. On this one, after the V cluster, on each rise I did 2 chain stitches. So instead of, as you notice here, instead of single crocheting in the row below it, what you're going to end up with is 3 rows combined together, and then the next one I chained 10 again. Then here's 4, a single crochet, 4. I did 10, even though these ones total out to be 9. I did 10 so it would give it this ability to kind of come up and join instead of being really stiff across. I wanted it to kind of have a bow look to it once it was finished. What I'm going to do now is show you exactly how I'm making those clusters. This is going to be my first time doing this on video, so I hope everything is coming out okay for you guys. So I just finished one, and what I'm going to do is to do the new rise. We're going to chain 2 here, and then my cluster, 2 double crochets together. I'm just going into the chain 2 from the row below. Pull up a loop. Here, let me start over. We're going to yarn over, insert it into the chain 2 space, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 2, and that's going to be half of the double crochet. We're going to yarn over again, insert into that chain 2 space, and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2 chains again. So now I have 3 on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So that completes a double crochet 2 together. I'm going to chain 2 to make the V, and then we're going to repeat what I just did. Yarn over, insert into the chain 2 space. I'm sorry it keeps going blurry. I'm trying really hard. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, chain 2 space, yarn over and pull up a loop and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through all 3. So there you have your V stitch on the edge here. So since this is a new section here, I'm going to actually chain 10, and you can be kind of loose, 2, 3. So here's the deal. The video cut off because I apparently ran out of space, so I just had to delete a bunch of videos and photos so that I could continue this tutorial. So I've finished chaining 10 for my first section in the bow section. So what we're going to do is do another V cluster in this chain 2 space. So here, this is where we're going to chain 4, and I'm going to just kind of find the center and work into that one, and I'm just going to do a single crochet here, and then another 4 chains and V-stitch cluster at the end. So anyways, you're just going to do that on repeat for the rest of the length. I'm going to get my flexible tape out and measure until it gets to 24 inches, and then I will show you how I combine this. Hey, hi, welcome back. So it's been a couple days and I've been working on the garter. It's coming along wonderfully. Actually, I just need to finish the flower on it, and then my mom can sew the ribbon inside, so I'm pretty excited about that. But we did have the bachelorette party for Audrey last night, and she gave me the original so that I could have it on hand and compare the two and make sure they're gonna fit properly. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I have gotten so far, and maybe kind of show you how I'm doing the flower or how I'm going to put it together. I'm not really sure. So let's just go with the flow and see what happens. Okay, so I know this one looks a lot bigger, but I haven't washed it yet. So a lot of these stitches will tighten up. This is the original minus the ribbon. Mom took that out so she could go ahead and expand the ribbon at home. Now, Audrey had a couple of specifications. She is wearing white cowboy boots at her wedding, so a white garter wasn't really going to work. She wants to get a picture of the garter sitting over top of her boots, so she wanted it a little off-white, I guess. So, also, not a fan of pearls as much. That was very classy back in the day, I suppose, but not so much anymore. So here's what I've got. I know it seems pretty big, but once the ribbon is in here, this is actually about 4 inches bigger than her thigh, because once the ribbon is woven in, it's going to cinch it up a little, such as this, but also the ribbon is elastic, so it'll bring it in and be able to expand around her leg and fit on just fine. So Mom's going to make sure that the ribbon on the inside is the appropriate width for her leg. Where it's closed off isn't very fantastic. I just stopped it here, oops, once it got to 24 inches, and went around the edge. So I left this part with the strings just loose because I started the center flower. I'm not doing the beadwork on the center, but my mom does have a flower that she wants to put on the center. It's made with a type of tulle with a little beading on it. So once I've gotten this, you know, as big as I want it, the base, I did 8 petals. Mom's going to put that little tulle flower right in the center. It's going to go where it's combined here, because once it's big enough, it's probably going to cover both of these bow spaces. So I'll tie in all of the extra strings. You know, as a crocheter, it's not your favorite thing to have to weave in ends, so I was hoping to be able to hide them in the flower. Tricky, tricky. The garter is finished. Mom added the ribbon. Isn't it just beautiful? It came out just as I imagined. Everything is woven together well on each side. There are the bow pieces. Oh, I just love it. I think she's going to love it as well.